And we're live. Hey, welcome to another episode of Sleazy Sports. And today I'm joined by Shavar, Sihein. Gentlemen, what's happening?
I liked how as soon as we went live, Brazil's camera just went off.
Ooh. What's up with your camera, boys? It
I'm on
keeps.
my phone. I'm on
Oh,
my
you're on
phone
your
today.
phone.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on your phone. You keep changing
So
you keep rotating it, Sometimes
yeah.
you. Yeah. Yeah, but otherwise, gents, like, how's your weekend? As far as sports is concerned, have you guys been watching the Ashes?
I've
I
tried to watch
have.
some of the Ashes. I've
Yeah,
heard it was really good. Heard it was. I
It was
watched
good.
the first test.
yeah,
To be
and of
honest,
course,
it was very
yeah,
good. Um,
mhm.
but the bickering around the infamous run out was not really around, but the stumping. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Oh yes,
I've
whether
heard
it's
about it.
sportsmanship or not,
Nah,
yeah,
fact. Like honestly, England is a bunch of crybabies. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm at the point where it's like they've been studying. When I say they, I'm talking about Australia. They've been studying that he normally does that where in between overs, before the Empire calls over, he's already making a way to have a quick chat with the other batsmen, and
yeah,
they penalized him for that. It was very sloppy. I think from Shivar, from a very young cricket age, you know for a fact that you stay at your crease up until the point where the ref either
So
goes over.
I
yeah,
I remember Matt Pryor trying to do that to Hashim Amla.
yeah.
So screw England.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. And I was like, fuck them, they're a bunch of crybabies.
Mm,
So it is what it is. Yeah, no, for me
it
Nah.
is
as
what it
well.
is.
It is what it is. He's out, and is the score 2-0 now, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's three more tests coming up.
yeah.
They can England can still win it, but
Hmm.
I think Australia just have the upper hand. But I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, it's been brilliant cricket to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
It hasn't been Australia normally giving England a hiding.
Yeah.
It's actually been touch and go. Both games have been
Yeah.
quite touch
Yep.
and go.
Yep.
Yeah. And it just shows you with Australia them being able to bat deep. It's remarkable, especially in the first game where England did set a relatively good total, in my opinion. By South African standards, that's a good total.
No,
But it's
it
yeah,
was an interesting
yeah,
chaseable figure. But
yeah,
yeah, I think as we said,
mm,
it's good cricket where it's two good sides that are having a go at each other.
yeah,
But enough about the Ashes.
yeah,
Formula One, it's starting to get boring.
yeah. Same, yeah, bro.
Could
I don't
never
watch
get into
Formula
Formula
One.
One. Could never
Is
Yeah.
get
it?
into it. Like the thought of watching this guy go. I think it's Monaco or something. They say where no one overtakes. Now
Yeah.
imagine
Well,
you're sitting there
Monaco is
and you're watching a race, and like you're just watching this guy go around and around, and I'm like, guy, I can do this in my complex, going 20. Like, what do I need to be here for?
you're an idiot. Yeah, Monaco
Yeah.
is one of those tracks that it's very difficult to overtake. But I think what's happening now is Max has got a fucking super fast car.
Yeah.
Um, and he's driving it to the max. I think the gap between the haves, those are guys that have a nice car, a fast car, and the have-nots, the Ferraris, the Mercedes,
Mercedes.
yeah, and the McLarens and
Even Aston
Aston
Martin.
Martin, Aston
Yeah.
Martin, yeah. You can see the gap. It's too much of a big gap. And I think what's going to happen now is the number two at Red Bull is going to get the boot. Watch, mark my
I would think
words.
Checo.
Checo, yeah, he's going to get the
Yeah.
boot. I
But
think,
as well, I thought he was gonna get it last season. Remember when him and you
yeah.
can see they don't get along, but I don't blame him. He's a difficult person. Max.
No,
Super
I
difficult.
think Max is a very easy character to hate in that
Yeah,
he's got the face of a villain and he
yeah,
carries that. So it's
yeah.
very easy
With
to hate on
pride.
him. Yeah.
Yes.
And to be honest, they've got a fast car.
Mhm. Yeah, they do. They do.
and
They do.
he's been brutal. He's been on another level. I think it's very
Yeah,
easy for Ferrari fans, for the
yeah,
Mercedes Lewis Hamilton fanboys to get angry, but the car is quick, man. And
yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, Lewis doesn't have a fast car.
Yeah. I know you're right. It's so unfortunate. And for me, I won't lie, I'm a Hamilton fan. I'm not a Formula One fan. So when Hamilton retires, I also retire from the sport. Like that's just, that's just how I am.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I
We'll
like
have it.
Drive to Survive. But I like Drive to Survive.
Yeah, I think
one of my
everyone. I think Drive
yeah,
to Survive has done wonders for Formula One.
yeah, that
I see they're also trying the same concept with tennis.
and golf as well.
There's a
And
new
golf as well.
tennis show on Netflix. I've watched a couple
Yeah.
of episodes. Who's the Australian kid? Fuck,
Nick
I forgot his name.
Curious. Yeah,
Nick
Nick
Curious. Yeah,
Curious. Yeah.
he's another one who's a character. And I'm starting to understand his story more and more the more I watch this. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's good for tennis. And
It's
remember
Breakpoint.
Wimbledon.
It's Breakpoint, the name of the show.
Breakpoint, yes, that's the one.
Yeah. But the thing is that for me, until these kids start competing at the level of your Djokovic and Nadal's of this world,
No,
I
it's
don't
not gonna
rate
happen.
them. I
Nah,
don't
it's
rate
not
them
gonna
at
happen.
all. I
Is
It's
don't
not
Nadal
gonna
rate them
still
happen.
at all.
around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
it's,
still
How
around.
old
He's
is he
injured.
now?
He's 36. 87, yeah, 1987. Him and Djokovic are the same age, and they still
Really?
slapping the shit out of these little
these
kids, bro.
But
kids,
like,
yeah, they.
also, how old was
Yeah,
Federer when he retired? Because
in his
Fed was still
40s,
the guy.
like 40.
See,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, you
No,
see what I'm
but
saying, Shabab? Yeah,
I think
yeah.
every generation of tennis, there's got to be that superstar. I'm struggling to see
There's none
the.
right now. I've got a
like
friend
South
of
African
mine,
cricket.
and there's a friend of mine who keeps, of course, talking about these up and coming kids like Alvarez. Who's that guy? Alcaraz, who won the US
There's the
Open.
American kid. I forgot his name now. Where he was comparing himself to an up and coming Pete Sampras, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Nah,
Pete
dog.
Sampras
You
was
haven't even.
something else.
And another thing is, Sitle, and
You haven't
these
even won a
guys,
major.
it's only Dominic Thiem out of the new kids who's won a major and Alcaraz. The rest are shit, bro. They get straight sets. They lose by straight sets, bro. And then we have to have
To a
sympathy for these
36-year-old.
kids. Exactly, bro. Like, did you see in the Roland Garros? It was too easy for Djokovic, bro. I was so annoyed. That's why even with tennis, man, I only watch the latter stages. I don't have time to watch these kids. Tsitsipas and name. It's great. It's all great that you can backhand with one hand. You know. Remember Stan Wawrinka? You see
Yes,
Stan
yeah,
Wawrinka and Murray. I can respect those guys because there are times they would disrupt. You know what I mean? They'd
But like,
win
there's no
maybe here and
disruptor right
there.
now.
Now there's none, bro. Now it's just you all know. Like even the Wimbledon, Djokovic is favorite to make it 24, bro. He's a.
But I
he's-
would have
he's
loved. I
outright
would have loved to
favorite.
see Nick making it through the tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's injured, so he's out. So I'm not gonna watch Wimbledon, unfortunately.
Because as well with Wimbledon, one thing about grass is that it suits guys who are very good at serving and also hitting volleys. And so the taller players tend to go far in Wimbledon.
Yeah, and then
remember even Kevin Anderson?
and then the English tell you about Nick Murray and shit. So, get the fuck out of here, my guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But at least
enough
it was-
about other sports. Let's talk about the.
Yeah, let's start with Liverpool. Yeah, that's why I'm
Why-
invited.
Why are you starting with my
the
team?
big
Okay, we
teams.
can start
Teams
with
that
my
know
team.
how to seal the deal, dog. You're not moving
Yep.
like my team, Macha. Tell us, Shiva, how do you
but
guys
it's-
do
What's
it,
the
man?
secrets? What's
How do
the
you do
secret?
it?
You identify a
The
player,
secret,
and
the secret
in
is
2
the
days
transfer,
the
dude.
deal is
Like,
done.
so
Yeah.
it's something that we used to do really, really well a couple of seasons ago. Like Fabinho is the best example. We lost the Champions League final. Then later on, no, I think the next day in the morning we heard, hey, we're linked with Fabinho. And I'm like, I don't think it'll happen. He's doing really well at Monaco. There's going to be a lot of competition for him. Then I check and he signed. And I'm like, but we were playing Champions League yesterday. Like, what's going on here?
Didn't the same thing happen with your keeper? Who's the famous keeper who made those blunders against Madrid?
Karius.
Harry.
Yeah, but I
Karius.
think
Yeah.
we were linked to Allison. Like the links kind of cropped up a little bit earlier, but it went absolutely dead silent. and then we signed him. And
But
also
you were very
Gakpo.
decisive. You decide.
Yeah.
You were very decisive in that
Yeah.
you identified that this is an area that needs work. Sure, fine. You can outscore any opponent, but it's the difference might be a brilliant or a world class keeper. And you guys went and got probably a keeper that I rate to be in the top 3
I think
in
he's
the
the
world.
best. I think he's the best.
Nah, but I'm being, yeah. I don't want to give you.
Okay, fine.
I've got
We'll
a shit
I'll take
keeper.
top 3, but I think he's number 1. Also, look, ever since that Van Dijk story about Blackpool and we had to issue an apology, ever since then we've just been okay. This is the guy we want. 2 days later, done.
Yeah.
Gakpo as well. I remember my brother sending me a message. Liverpool are interested in Gakpo. I'm like, what the hell? What are you on about? Gakpo is going to United, and then 2 hours later he signed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Done.
you guys are very decisive, and I'm
Yeah,
loving that.
100%.
Like I know for a
It's why I
fact.
knew Jude was not happening
Yeah,
because that went on
I was about
way
to I was
too long.
about to get to that with Jude. With you guys, it's one of those where the minute that it comes out that you're interested in a player, if we don't find out in a couple of hours that you've met and it's not happening.
Yeah. Well, McAllister took a while. Like we
Well,
were interested
it
in
was
McAllister since after the
McAllister
World Cup, actually.
wasn't on my radar, and the amount of money that you paid for McAllister is daylight robbery.
That was beautiful.
Hard business. We out here. We out here looking for Mount for 60 bar, bro. Like, you know what, Shabab, bro, continue, bro.
So we were also going for Mount, eh? Like I think we got Szoboszlai because Mount said they upped his price to 60 bar. 60 bar, and
60 bar.
he's what, 350 a week?
Yes.
Like
crazy.
come on.
Wait, Mount is coming in at 350.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what he always is demanding. And you know my team, bro. My team will give him 350.
X's your team. If I go there and I say I want 350, they'll be like, no, take 400. Just
Actually 425. 425 for good measure.
For good measure.
Yes. And my team is high, bro. Like yo, but
and
yeah, man.
Apparently,
like
Dominic's not gonna be on half of that, so he's not even gonna touch 175. It'll probably be like 150.
Yeah. Which is an increase from what he's currently earning. You know, these guys, they
probably
normally
like
on
5 times
on,
his amount.
Exactly. So it's a win-win switch. I mean, 170. If you were earning like 50K, and now you're earning 170,
that's more than double.
Yeah. Dog. So.
And my favorite thing is he took the number 8 shirt. It's like he came in and he's I want the number 8, which tells me that he's not scared of the
statement.
pressure.
That's a statement right there.
That in itself is saying, dude, I'm now your guy. Especially that shirt of all shirts. And on his arm, he has a tattoo of a Steven Gerrard saying in Hungarian. I don't know which saying it is. Every time I ask the question, I get a different answer. But now he's got the tattoo on his arm. He's got the shirt. He's got the football club.
I felt that was like life coming full circle. Gents, can I just get undressed real quick because it's getting hot here.
Yo.
Hey,
I didn't know it was one of those shows.
Yeah, pause, bro. But I do agree with you as far as how your club moves, bro. As much as you guys have American owners, but at least the structure within the guys at the top. I mean, you guys know how to identify a player, and after identifying the player, you know how to negotiate very quickly, and you sort out deals very quickly. You never find situations where a deal has been turned down. You know, whenever Liverpool goes into a player.
You can say it's Jude, right? A lot of our fans were actually FSG out after last season, where we didn't really. Well, we got Darwin, but aside from Darwin, we didn't really spend. And then in Jan, when it was so obvious that we needed a midfielder, we got another winger. A lot of the fans were like, FSG out. They don't spend. They don't know what they're doing. They need to go.
I think we need to honestly separate true fans and from these overnight fans.
Yeah.
That just two transfer windows. Well, hold on. Two transfer windows and now it's FSG out, it's whoever out because they haven't spent. And I'm not talking about June and another June transfer. I'm talking about a June and a Jan transfer window. Jan, you know for a fact, whichever player you rope in, you are gonna get it. You're gonna get it hard because firstly, it's either you're desperate or the other team is not willing to sell because this player that you are interested in is one of their top performers. So if you don't spend for 2 summers, I can understand. But not
also,
spending in
the player that we got in Jan was Cody Gakpo for 37 million. Like, that's
This
dirt
is
cheap
hilarious.
for his level, right? He's a 70 mil player.
if
Easily.
it was English, you double that
Don't even
price.
talk about if he was English, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is also forgetting that 6 months before that we almost won the quad, and 6 months before that we got Diaz on the cheap.
Yeah.
So basically, we knew Mane was going, and we got Diaz on the cheap before he left. We knew Bobby was going, and we got Gakpo on the cheap before he left. But here we've got fans complaining because
It's
we didn't
sensible.
sign Bellingham for
That's
120
sensible
mil.
business, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's smart. Look,
Bro.
they did make a mistake, right? We should have got a midfielder last year, and I think
Yeah.
if we did get a midfielder, we would have finished top 4, either United or Newcastle. I don't really care who. We would
Yeah.
have finished above 1, probably even both of them if we had a proper midfield, right? So it's not all sunshine and roses, but
And it shouldn't.
on
And
the
it shouldn't.
whole, yeah, like on the whole, we've done pretty well. Like I made a comment on a Reddit thread, and I said, I don't remember the exact words, but I said something along the lines of, I was actually pretty rude, to be honest. I said a lot of the fans here get the information from playing FIFA. They put the TV on, and then they go on Instagram for the rest of the game, and they don't understand that ownership is more about than just signing players. Like, these guys were not in debt. They've developed our stadium. They've extended our stadium. They've given us a brand new training facility. I think they've done a good job. Look, do I think they need to spend more money? Of course, I think they need to spend more money. But it looks like they're doing that now. So yeah, long may it continue.
The one thing I'm loving is the decisiveness, and also you seem to be backing, because Klopp did speak on your midfield, and he said, I think the focus is going to be in the middle, and a huge chunk of the money right now seems to be spent on that part, because you in for Romeo from Southampton right now.
Yep.
Who X would give his left testicle to have him on his books.
I'll take him. I would happily take him. I feel like what's happening is the club is saying that 50 mil is too much. I'm like, just pay it. Like, yes, it is too much. He's not a 50 mil player yet.
At some point, you have
19.
to do what Arsenal. You have to do what Arsenal did with Declan Rice, because I think they got dragged into this whole bidding war, and they just went in and said, you know what, just pay the money, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes in business, you have to say that.
Yep. Like, Declan Rice could be captain for them in a couple of years, right? So he's not a £100 million player, but
I give it 2 seasons. He's going to be the captain.
Yep. And this guy Lavia, he's not worth 50 mil right now, but he's 19, and it's so obvious that he's going to be one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, and we could keep him for like 10 years.
Yeah,
and then at 29, we could probably sell him for 50.
Yeah. At that age, you're paying for potential more than anything. I think I've been burned with young talent that has potential, but it's a gamble that you're willing to take.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, true. Because you don't know what that player is going to turn out to be. Yeah, Shiva.
There's also some links to Cole from Chelsea. Now that's the guy I really want.
Nah, I think he's going to be used as a pot player trade with Brighton
for Caicedo.
For Caicedo,
yeah. I see that happening, but you never know. With the new manager, are we done talking about Liverpool? Because I was going to go into a quick rant.
We can.
We can segue into Chelsea. With the new
yeah.
manager, he enjoys these young players. He enjoys grooming these young kids
Don't say
to
it like
be
that. After you are dressed live on
okay.
camera, now you're saying it like this.
Okay,
Just
Michael Jackson.
relax yourself.
Yeah.
He enjoys, honestly, he thrives in working with these young players who at the moment don't have an ego to speak on. He can groom them to be world class players. And if you look at our squad and the business that we've done, I'm loving the average age in the team.
Yeah, no, that's true. You guys have a relatively, yeah, it's quite young. It's a quite young team. I mean, and of course, credit to you on how you guys have disposed players. I mean, you guys sold Kai for how much? Is it like 65?
65. Yep.
Listen to that. You guys are about to sell Mount for 60. I mean, that's like really good business, man. We are just selling players for,
We've made from
yeah.
sales over 200.
Listen to
Yeah.
that, bro. Yeah,
But
bro.
like,
Yeah.
okay, Kai and Mount, actually even Mount. Kai is the one I'll give you. That was really smart. But with like Oba and Koulibaly and Kante, like there's some question marks over those signings. Who's the other one? There were 4 that you guys let go.
Ziyech failed his medical.
ZH.
Yeah,
Like,
he failed his
it.
medical, so he's not
Failed his
going.
medical. Oh my.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
failed it. They found that he smokes Kush, bro. And
No, man. His knee is a bit fucked.
But did you see his
So
goal
I
against
actually
South
knew a
Africa,
guy.
bro? Hey, hit that, dog.
So
It didn't look
I
like
think I think with the Saudi league, it came at the right time for us. A lot of people are like, "Yeah, we've got ties that side," but the timing was right. We offloaded a lot of players that I think Poch would have struggled getting them to gel because of the amount of people in the squad. So now the keeper is gone. Who else is gone? Koulibaly is gone.
Aspilicueta.
Aspilicueta, yeah, SP is going to Atletico, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we've done a good, I wouldn't say good cleanup, but it's a cleanup that was much needed, and we're brutal in some of the deals that we made, like deals that I didn't think players that I didn't think would get the chop did get the chop, like Kai. I rate Kai, but it just didn't work. So if he wants to go, we don't beg players. If he wants to go, he can bounce. Mason Mount is not going to hold us ransom. If he wants to bounce, he can go right ahead and go. And we cash in on that. So from a FIFA financial fair play perspective, we should be good because of the amount of players that we've shipped out. And the other thing that I'm loving is the wage bill with these senior players that we've shipped out. Their wages were quite high.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love Conte. I love him. I love him to bits. But I think his injuries, later stages of his, and he can go because he's on a 10 mil per season contract in Saudi, so he can go in and make his money.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, man. But yeah, like I mean, of course, you've mentioned your departures and stuff like that. So, Sile, on your team's end, who do you think is going to come? You know, do you think Caicedo is coming, or they could be?
I think
where,
from just and this is purely on Jack Way. It's like online. I think there's keeper wise, Kepa is going to maintain that number 1 jersey. He's not the best, but it is what it is. There aren't no keepers that we can go for right now. Onana is going to Man United. If
Raya?
I was going to get to that. Onana is going to Man United. That's if Man United don't fuck that deal up.
That's true.
Raya, I'm not sure about that. If it happens, I'll be happy. If not, I'll be content. I think our defense is structurally we should be good. Middle of the park, we are going to need Casado to come in. Moses has to come in. No questions are asked. One more player needs to leave. That's Gallagher. And then we move up front. Attack wise, Sterling I think is going to thrive. So let's keep him. Nkunku is going to he's a marvel to watch.
Yeah,
Where's he going to play though? Is he going to be your striker or is he going to play?
He's going to play
Jackson. What's the guy's name?
Jackson. Yeah.
Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah. So Nkunku enjoys playing. It's an old position that used to exist where it's literally playing the second striker role. I see him playing that particular role, and he'll play it very well. With Jackson coming in,
4-4-1-1.
No, I think it's going to be a
3-5-2?
4-3-2-1 formation.
Yeah, he likes. Yeah, that's one that he likes. That's thingy.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a 4-3-2-1 formation. Jackson is lanky as he's 6 foot something. He's quite tall. But the surprising thing, I was looking at his numbers. He doesn't score most of his goals with his head. You would think for a lanky striker, because we've got two of the, well, not the best, but like two brilliant crosses of the ball in Chilwell and in Reece James. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a 4-3-2-1 formation. Would I be keen on a marquee striker? Yes, like everyone, but the transfer market doesn't allow. So let's walk away from it.
When was the last time
let me finish my train of thought before you get there. The market doesn't allow. Right now, we've got Jackson, Broja, Fofana, strike-wise. And all of these are young strikers. If we were to get a marquee striker, we will have to loan one out. Because we won't be going in, we won't have as much football as the top 4 guys. So if we're to get a marquee striker, one has to go out. And I fear for Fofana that he might be the guy that goes out. And in him going out, I wouldn't want him to. So honestly, let's not get a striker. And yes, you're about to ask the last time we got a jersey number 9 player. Because Jackson
when was the last time you guys...
Jackson hasn't chosen a number.
I hope he takes number 9.
Isn't that Lukaku?
Is going to fail.
The number of the legendary Steve Sidwell.
Wow. Which one out of all players?
Like, okay, but
Shiva,
I think he's a number 9. Is he not the number 9 that has played the most amount of games for you guys under Abramovich?
I played nice with your team. So do the same.
Okay. I hope he doesn't take the number 9.
Yeah, so he hasn't chosen a number, so we don't know. And Big Rom is wanting a move to Italy. I'm hoping Megan convinces him, like, yo, dude, stick to Italy. I like my pasta and whatnot. And yeah, we should be good.
Yeah, no, indeed, man. Yeah, your team for me, like, you and Liverpool are moving like big teams. You guys are.
No, in Arsenal, don't play in Arsenal.
Yeah.
Kai's
a good signing. I think Kai's a good signing. I don't know where he's going to play.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's better than Odegaard. I don't think he's not better than Saka, and I don't think he's going to take Martinelli's role. And you can't.
Then he's not going to start in front of. He's not going to start in front of Jesus.
I don't know where he's going to play, but I think it's a good signing because they needed depth last season, right?
That's what I was going to go to.
That's why we said they lost the league, because they needed depth. And now they've made a depth signing, and everybody's like, "Oh, where's he going to play? Where's he going to play?" He's a depth signing. Like, come on. Also, Declan Rice, I think that's a really good signing.
That's
I know a lot of people don't rate him.
Honestly, 3 areas. Hold on, X. So 3 areas that what's his name, Arteta has gone on and said, okay, cool. Timber, he's very versatile. He can play.
Has he signed?
Nope.
Yeah, the deal.
No. It's not.
Let's not talk about it. Let's
Okay,
not talk
cool.
about him.
Yeah.
Next player, Declan Rice. Rice comes in, and I see that Xhaka is not leaving anymore. I
Yes,
honestly, I rate Rice for the role that he's coming into at Arsenal. That's a marquee signing. That's a statement signing.
Bro.
Kai up front, he adds to the abundance of talent that they've got. They've got that Brighton player who I think is going to come right this season.
Trossard.
Trossard, yeah, I think it's going to come right. They've got Martinelli. They've got Saka on the one side. They've got the under 21 English player. What's his name? He was number 10 for England. Oh, fuck.
Nketiah.
What's his kid's name? No, not Nketiah. Not
Nelson.
Nketiah.
Not
Oh,
Saka.
No,
Saka.
man. No, not Saka. There's another player that they
Smith Rowe.
have. Smith Rowe, yes.
Smith Rowe. Yeah,
He's
Yeah,
also he got injured and then
Yeah.
he lost his place. I think he also is going to come right.
Yeah, I got a question.
yes.
Who is better, Caicedo or Declan Rice?
I think Declan
Caicedo.
Rice is better now, but Caicedo has a higher ceiling.
Guys, come on. Shabab, bro. Retract that statement, dog.
No,
These
I
English ballers-
really rate
these
Declan
English
Rice.
ballers, these English ballers, man. Even
I rate Rice.
guys, for me, I think Rice is good. Good. You know what I mean? He's half colors. I mean, you had colors at your school, right, Shabab?
No, I don't have colors,
He's-
but
Well, no, I'm just saying there was guys who got half colors and there's guys who got full colors, right? He's just a half color gent, dog. And that's cool, bro. I mean, you've got something, your place has got braiding and everything, and your tie, I'm sure it's different. You get to rock a white jersey. Fresh, right? But he's not levels, bro. He's not worth the money that Arsenal are paying for. And I think there's better alternatives. I think Tchouaméni, if you go to Madrid with that money,
I don't rate
bro,
Tchouaméni.
you don't rate Tchouaméni. You think
I don't
Rice
rate
is better than
Tchouaméni.
Tchouaméni? You think Rice is better
Okay,
than Tchouaméni?
no. Okay, so it's no. I think Tchouaméni. Okay, it comes back to Jordan Henderson and Paul Pogba, right? Paul Pogba was quite clearly the more talented player, and
Yeah.
But
Tchouaméni is quite clearly
application.
the more talented player. Like talent-wise, you cannot compare the two, but
Yeah.
Declan Rice gets 100% out of himself, and Tchouaméni doesn't.
No, but I think also,
I see a
let's-
lot of
in
Jordan
context,
Henderson in Declan Rice. Like,
yeah, let
like
no,
he armband turn one, right? He has the armband. He's not going to wear it at Arsenal, but he'll be a leader. He'll be a strong guy. When people are losing their heads, he'll be able to calm the team down. That is very important.
Also, it's got the
Mentality. That's
He's got-
he's
What?
got
Just
all of
because
those.
he won a conference league, he has a mentality.
no,
Well,
no,
what
no,
has Arsenal won?
Guys, look. Did you guys watch the conference league
final. Yeah,
Amrabat
I did.
was
know
a
Thursday
better
nights.
player, bro. Amrabat
Hold on,
boxed that
X.
midfield, bro. Ahead of Rice,
heard.
dog.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
not
heard.
even I heard. I watched that game, bro. I watched it. I took the time to watch it. I did want West Ham to win, but Amrabat was boxing that midfield, bro.
Okay,
And then you guys are
let's
out
take
here
let's take it.
rating this guy.
Hold
He's
on,
half
hold on,
colors,
hold
So
on.
dog.
got so
Yeah,
passionate.
Yeah,
Hold on.
dog, these
Hold on.
English
Take a
ballers,
step
bro,
back.
for me.
Let's take a step
dog.
back, X.
Yeah,
For
take
what
it back.
for what West Ham demanded of Declan, it's not going to be the same thing that is going to be demanded at Arsenal. At West Ham, he was asked to protect the back four. The back four, which comprises of Zuma, back four comprises of whoever, not the best of players. At Arsenal, I feel he's going to be playing more up front, more the Xhaka role, where
More
he
progressive.
is.
Yeah.
He's more progressive. He doesn't sit. Hold on, X. As to
my fingers
him and
have
Amrabat, I don't think the Arsenal fans would have taken the management more serious had they gotten Amrabat as compared to Declan.
I don't think
They've been linked with Declan for the longest of time, and
I'm first, bro.
Yeah, you go first. You go first. I'll
and
go
that
after
deal
you.
honestly, no matter
Yeah.
how they overpaid by 40 bar, that's my view, it needed to happen.
Okay, another question. They are playing Declan Rice in a more advanced role, right? In my opinion, I don't see Declan Rice as a midfielder that can play in an advanced role, personally. The only thing he's good at is ball carrying. That's one thing I can give it to him. He knows how to carry the ball, but he's not
Distribution
a
also
player.
is quite decent.
Exactly. You see, half colors. You use the word. Guys who have who got half colors were decent guys. They decent. You know what I mean? It's not bad. You're just good, bro. Like you're a good gent. You know, you're a good guy. You're not levels. You're not world class. You're not a world beater in what you do. And for me, if you're worth 100, you're a world beater. You're meant to be a world beater, in my opinion. Unfortunately,
Before Shivar, before you
Yeah.
ask your question, before you
Yeah.
raise your point, then my
Yeah.
question is: does
Yeah.
Declan walk in to the Arsenal starting 11? Forget the price.
He does, bro. Because I mean,
But
Shaka's gone.
this is
Partey
no, he's not.
is he's not gone.
No,
Isn't he
Xhaka is not gone. Yeah, he's not. The Arteta rescinded that decision. He said he's not going anyway.
Okay, then yeah, he does because thing is bouncing. But I think Partey is a better midfielder than Rice. That's my opinion.
At the back end of last season, where Shaka lost his head, where Partey kind of
Yeah.
started
Got
going
injured.
downhill,
Yeah.
got injured, where Odegaard's head was dropping despite being the captain, and when Arsenal bottled the league. If they had Declan Rice, who could give them a 7 out of 10 for those last 8 games, would you not have taken it?
And that's a bare minimum.
And that's a bare minimum because that's his level. He's a 7 out of 10. You'll get the odd 8 every now and again. You might get a 6 very, very rarely. You're never going to get a 5. He's never going to have a bad game.
Okay. That's why I'm saying is half colors, dog. It's just there.
But
7-6.
you could
Those
again,
those half colors,
again, right?
those
Again,
half colors
right?
for the last 5 games would have pushed Arsenal.
I mean, I don't think they would
Closer.
have won it, but
Yeah.
they would have gotten a lot.
No, let's not lie to ourselves.
Maybe they would have won the semi-final in the Europa League.
They didn't even reach the semi-final.
Or was it the
You
quarters?
see
Wherever it
pushing.
was, right?
Yeah. You see you
Look,
pushing,
but
bro.
maybe they would have went
It
through.
was last 16.
Maybe
Dog. That's where they
okay,
ended.
then that's far. That's
see what
far.
I'm
Put them
saying?
aside.
No, I think
I
they
realize
made
I just
they
said
made a
Arsenal would.
choice.
Yeah.
They decided that the league was more
Guys,
important than the cup.
Let's not
Look,
overrate these English ballers. They are
no,
not levels. They are not
but
levels. English ballers.
he doesn't. That's the thing. He doesn't
Period.
have to be. He doesn't
Yeah, I
have to be.
know.
The
But my
point
price-
is
the
that he
price
will
tag,
allow.
bro. Yeah.
He will allow Odegaard to be levels.
Okay.
Right? It's like how Gary Neville allowed David Beckham to be levels. Gary
Yeah.
Neville
Yeah.
is not levels,
Nah, it's not.
right?
Was
But
never,
it's not
yeah.
worth-
Here,
But it's not
like,
worth 100 though. Gary Neville's FIFA rating was always 78, 75.
yeah,
78,
fine,
76.
fine,
But I
right?
think
But
hold on. So
it's also like how
the
Jordan
fee,
Henderson allowed
Yeah,
basically Liverpool to function,
yeah.
right?
And
And
yeah.
we clean swept everything, right? It's you need that player who's going to, on a bad day, still be the guy who'll keep it solid, who'll do his job, make sure his job is done. And once you know you've got someone next to you who is absolutely reliable, you are now a lot more confident to do your job. And you need
Correct.
that player. Look, at the start, I said 100 mil is too much.
Yeah.
But in 2 years' time, if they've won a trophy and he's wearing the armband or he's vice captain, will we think about the price?
but I think
Nah,
let's focus on the
won't.
price right now. Do you blame the player for the price that the
No,
team?
you don't. No,
Yeah.
you don't.
So
No, it's not the player,
it should never be a reflection on how brilliant a player is, because that's the one thing we get caught up in.
it's
Jack
not
Grealish
fair.
moves to 100 million. Everyone expects him first season to pull out miracles. The team, that is Arsenal, decided we rate this player at 100 million. The only thing that we can look at it is in hindsight to say, is this player worth 100 million? Is this player not worth 100 million? That's in hindsight. And as Shivara said, in 2 years' time, he was unbanned. They've got a Champions League trophy.
No,
they've won the
whoa. Just
Relax there,
just-
but
But yeah,
maybe FA
it
Cup,
is-
maybe League Cup.
no.
but
Let's
Champions
give
League,
them.
no.
Let's give him Champions League. They've won Champions League. He's the captain. Is that worth 100 million to them?
If
yeah.
he wins the Champions League at Arsenal, then
he's a legend.
he's a legend.
Exactly.
End of
Whoever.
story.
Yeah, especially if it's their
And he's
first
bigger than
Champions League
Vieira.
ever. Yeah, it's bigger than Vieira, and that's
Yeah.
true, bro. That's a statue right there because Arsenal have
Yeah.
never won that tournament. So yeah, I fully agree, bro. I also don't think Rice is a bad player. I just think he's good, and I think people are overrating him.
You think it's
That's
bang
just my
average?
argument.
The thing is,
No, he's
no one.
good. Half colors, you know.
He's not.
Hence I
He's not
say,
going there to be Patrick Vieira or Cesc Fabregas,
yeah. You see. Now you're talking
right?
about dons. You see,
Yes,
you see,
he's
those
not.
are
He's not
full
that.
color material.
Nobody
Dog.
is saying
Yeah.
he's gonna be that, but he'll
Yeah.
probably be like a Gilberto Silva.
Gilberto was fire, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gilberto was
he had his
fire, but
moments. He had
Brighton
Gilberto was
was
part
the
of
same
his
thing.
moments.
Hey, bro, Gilberto was part of that Brazilian team, the 2002 World Cup team.
Yep.
Gilberto Silva was never benched, bro. He never benched.
Yep.
He played.
And then who
all
did you
those
guys go
games.
by? Who did you guys go by?
Because we stupid. But that's Fergie. You know, at times Fergie, bro, would just misbehave at times, bro. We went to Port Cleverson, bro, instead of getting
Talking about misbehaving Man United
Mm.
managers. I hear that your kitty is 150 bar.
Dog, it's not our manager. First things first. When I see
No,
the end,
I'll tell you. Hold on.
I've got beef
hold
with
on.
this guy. I'm
Okay,
gonna
hold
tell you
on.
why
Hold
I have
on.
beef
Hold
with
on.
him.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm choosing carefully when I say misbehaving Man United managers, and I'm saying you sitting with the 150 bar kitty and you spend a good solid 60 on or 65 on Mason Mount. And the areas of focus, it's not the attacking midfield.
I actually think your
It's
attacking
either
midfield is probably the strongest part of your team.
no. I think what they need right now, Mason Mount is a good signing for Man United, but it's not a priority. Priority is Martial up front, changing him, and David De Gea, since you guys have decided to disrespect him by offering him a contract and rescinding his contract after he accepted it. That's disrespect. You
disgraceful.
don't do that.
That's disgraceful.
But you
That's
see what
is
I'm saying?
disgraceful.
Hence I say, Sitle, and it's the fucking owners and the guys at the top who are ruining us. It's like Safa. We were having this discussion this morning. Danny Ordan and his homies. They're the reasons why our football is in the state that it's in. It's not the manager, and I also don't think the manager trusts John Murto, in my opinion. That's part of the reasons why he's targeting players that he knows, like Amrabat. He's worked with Amrabat in the Dutch league. He's targeting guys that he actually has worked with because he can tell that he's surrounded by men who don't know what they're doing. And I can't blame, and I get where he's coming from, bro. And that's the reason why Man United right now, it's very crucial for us to get new owners. If we don't get new owners, then we're not gonna even finish sixth, bro. We're gonna finish outside of. We don't even get to Europe, bro, because teams like Brighton will even overtake us, bro, because of how things are run. Brighton is a much better team as far as management is concerned. They know how to get proper ballers. I mean, they replaced who's this guy Tottenham signed again? The African
Besuma.
They replaced him Besuma easily. You know, there was no hassles in his replacement, and they elevated as the season went on. You know, because all of us
Even
we thought
Neil
maybe
Maupay.
even Neil
Mopey, yeah.
we thought these guys were gonna struggle, but they still continued because of how the team is ran.
They
That's
even
the
replaced a
problem with Man
manager.
Yeah, dude. You see what I'm saying?
And Ben
That's
White.
And Ben White, bro. Listen to that, dude. Like, it's crazy, bro, how teams like that are capable of unraveling gems while Man United here, we still just don't know how to move as a big club, bro. And it's frustrating, bro. It really is frustrating.
Because I think I'm looking at it from outside. I think Shivari, you're with me on this. What's the game plan for the Glazers? Is it to sell Man United? If the intention is to sell it, why not sell before the transfer window
begins, bro?
The intention is not so much to sell as it is to take every last living penny out of that football club that they possibly can.
Dude.
Like everything. Like
how much in debt are you?
Back into that football club for that last little square of toilet paper and take it with them. That's what I think they're doing there.
dude, I feel like the fans need to pull what the French are doing right now. Have you seen the riots these guys are doing?
It's fucking
Um,
crazy.
it's dude. At times,
It's
bro.
crazy.
At times, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm not a person who's for violence, but bro, at times it gets things move. We move forward after everything, you know. After
I
everything,
don't
we move
I
forward.
think their skin is too thick for such. I
I
mean,
don't
there
think.
was a
I think
period.
they'll like if shit goes down in Manchester, they'll just fly to America.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Then
I think there was a period.
yeah.
There was a period. I think there was a good solid 2 seasons where you guys were walking out of stadiums. You guys were boycotting a
Nah.
They
lot
got
of
the Norwich
things.
scarves.
You know what's the problem? The
Yeah,
problem is that they always bring one marquee guy and then everyone comes back, like
Yep.
CR7. Oh my gosh, it's Ronaldo. And people don't understand that football is all about systems and structures. Jurgen Klopp built Liverpool with, like, Salah was a player who we all didn't think would turn out to be what he is today. Mane,
true.
like majority of your squad, that squad that won the Champions League, no one saw that coming.
Oxlade Chamberlain. Oxlade
You see what
Chamberlain.
I'm saying, bro? And that's how it's for me. That's how we used to move back in the day under Fergie. We weren't a team. We would have maybe a marquee signing here and there, but it wasn't really our philosophy. We were always a team that just bought a guy and then improved that guy and made them more class. CR7 is an example. You know what I mean? He came as an unknown entity. Ruud van Nistelrooy also came as an unknown. Yes, we had those odd, weird signings like Kleberson, for instance, Jemba. You know, we
And
Who's
had
the
our
Argentinian?
flops.
The Argentinian.
Nah, Tevez was
Fuck.
good, bro.
Yeah, no, Tevez. Yeah, no,
Veron.
are
Yeah,
you talking
Veron.
about Tevez? Yeah,
No,
Veron.
no, no.
Veron.
No,
Tevez.
like
Yeah,
what?
Tevez.
Tevez.
yeah.
Guy.
Tevez was
Tevez
nice.
was a
Listen that
decent player.
statement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tevez was fire, bro. Hey,
Decent. No, dude. Tevez
yeah.
certified world class.
Yeah, Tevez was fire, bro. Hey, did you see him in the 2010 World Cup, bro? That long range effort, bro. I was behind the goal, bro, when he hit that thing at FNB Stadium, bro. But like Tevez was elite, bro. I just don't agree with how we let go of him. I thought we were meant to keep Tevez because, of course, he went on to win
Man
with Man
City.
City. Yeah, but like that was back, like just to segue back to United. That was our philosophy as a club. We weren't a team. We used to move like how Klopp is moving. We used to buy guys who were borderline superstars who just needed to be brushed up and cleaned up and shined. And then all of a sudden they end up rising their game and then they become world beaters. And so for me, right now, I just can't stand how my team is moving. And I'm not even optimistic until we get new owners. Personally, I'll never ever be optimistic. Even if we get 9 new players in, still, bro, structure is key in modern day football, bro. If you don't have structure,
Speaking
you're
of
not gonna
9
go
players,
anywhere. Yeah.
9 players. So say you let go of, because I don't know if Shivara, you watched last week's episode where I mentioned 13 Man United players that I felt
13, yeah.
needed to
Yeah.
leave. So
That was
right
the
now,
13th.
oof.
You had a list, so
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
can't
let's
think
go,
of
right?
it off my head.
DDG's got to be one.
Yeah,
Right.
His
Like
No, I didn't have
as
him on
much
my
as-
list.
he didn't have him. Yeah,
okay,
he actually did
okay,
it.
fine. Maybe he shouldn't leave, but his time as number one has come to an end.
Yeah,
Like,
it has.
he's been brilliant. You could say he was the best Premier League goalkeeper in the last decade.
But the problem
unfortunately,
is that Dean on the other hand doesn't get along with the manager.
Well, Dean also went
yeah,
on.
okay, fine. Then Dean must go.
Yeah, and as
Okay.
well, he also disrespected the manager in public. You know, so
Yeah,
that's
then he
another
must
thing.
go.
Yeah, he needs to bounce.
Like
bro.
Fergie didn't care who you were.
Yeah,
Well, ask what's his name? Ask David Beckham. He
Yeah.
had stitches and everything.
Even
Yeah.
Yabstam.
Yeah, Yapstam as well, bro. You gotta go Tevez as well. I mean,
Mhm.
even though I didn't want Tevez to go,
I think it
personally.
was top of my head players that I'm remembering. It was Bai. He needs to bounce.
Yeah,
It was
Jones?
yeah.
Jones is gone.
Yeah, Jones is
Yo.
gone, bro.
Midfield, it was Fred and McTominay. I think they need to
Yeah.
bounce.
Yeah.
Martial needs to bounce. That kid, that young kid, I think you need to put him out on loan.
Which one?
Ilanga.
No,
No, I
Ilanga.
think he needs to bounce. I don't think he
Nah,
has. I don't
dog,
think he's gonna be
Ilanga,
here.
you see, You see, dog,
I
you
think
like
he
the
needs to bounce.
Glazers, bruh. Ilanga, dog, really? Shit.
You
But you
you rate
never
Ilanga?
know.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you
just
don't rate
saying.
Ilanga.
Nah, hell no. Shiba, you can
Yeah,
have
So,
him,
so
bruh. For
Canacho,
my
that
me,
gets
question,
started.
yeah, you
yeah,
see, uh,
my question was, okay, cool.
mm,
You've got the players that are going out. Which areas are you focusing in? And just give your five players that you'd like to ship in, and those are the players that are going to take you to be above Arsenal.
okay, this is for me, right?
But
I
Yes,
realistically, right? So
yes,
you
football
can't go
manager.
now
yeah,
and get Pedri. Like,
yeah, no, of course. Come on, Shiva, bro. Personally, especially looking at how our budget is thin, and of course with the Glazers being at the helm right now, Amrabat, personally, I think we need depth, especially in the CDM position, because when Casemiro is not there, we fucked. Um, we need a number 8 who is press resistant. So the ones I can think of, there's a guy from France, Enzo Lifer. He plays for
oh, I've heard
Lorient.
about him.
Enzo Lifer is like Marco Verratti, bro. Literally is a Marco Verratti, small in stature, ultra press resistant, and can pass very well. So I
Have you
take
seen him,
those.
X? Have you seen much of him? Is he
I,
like?
I've seen a few games.
Hmm?
You know, yeah, with these streaming sites that we sometimes get. Yeah, I've seen a few of his games. He's very press resistant, and he doesn't give away the ball. Because our problem, Shava, our main issue is that we just don't know how to retain the ball. We can't string 5 passes, especially when we're playing against a team that presses us like Liverpool. That's why you guys gave us 7, because we can't handle, our players can't handle, they can't play out of tight situations. And I think,
What did you say today about Mason Mount? He's a midfield player that doesn't look
yeah,
decisive as to what's
you
going
can't
on.
exactly, doesn't look around. You see, Enzo Leifer does this like 100 times before he receives the ball, so he knows what he's gonna do with the ball before he gets it. And so those are the sort of players that we need to go for, and we don't even need to go for marquee, bro. I've just named you 2 right now: Amrabat, Enzo Leifer. Of course, Onana. I like Onana's distribution. I got sold, to be honest with you, after the Champions League final. You know, that's when the full stop at the end of the sentence occurred. I was like, this guy, at least he's very good on his feet. He's ambidextrous, and as well, he can start off attacks, especially if you're playing against a team like City. I've even seen with your goalkeeper, Shavar. I mean, how many assists did this guy have? I'm sure he's got more than 7 assists in his career as a keeper. Even against
Probably,
United, there's
yeah.
one
He's got
he
2 against
hooved.
United,
Just listen to that,
and
bro.
he's got 1 against City,
You see,
and he's got a goal against West Brom.
you see what I'm saying. So that's the reason why I want Onana from a distribution standpoint. He is very good, and as well him and Licha having. I don't think Licha was at Ajax when Onana was there, but having a goalkeeper that is also relatively press resistant, who isn't afraid whenever it gets pressed and who doesn't panic, also plays a huge role in building up from the back, and also him, playing that long ball in the middle of the park. That one against, I'm not sure if you remember that goal against you. I think it was Man City against Liverpool.
Oh,
Where,
it's Salah
yeah,
Cancelo.
no, not that one. It's the one where you
Uh,
guys lost recently. Your
oh,
last
okay.
fixture, where
Yeah.
Thingy Edison played a long ball to Haaland, and it was a clean ball. It's such balls that the hair would never ever produce. Okay, fine. Ideally, if we had the guap Kane, personally, I'd take Kane in the sense that he would automatically rise our stocks, especially from a top 4 standpoint. If we could get Harry Kane, I know top 4, I'm not panicking, because we now have someone who can.
That's an easy 25 goals a season.
You see what I'm saying?
Not
I
only
know,
that, right? Because
yeah,
having Kane means that now Bruno
yeah,
Fernandes doesn't get doubled up on, and
100%.
Bruno
Yeah,
can. Well, I know it's hero ball, but
yeah.
he can win a game on his own. So
And as well, Rashford plays. I won't say he's human son, right? But from a pace
but a
standpoint,
similar type of player.
they're similar, and we've seen what Son and Harry Kane can do together. So for me, I think it would be a great partnership. There would be a great partnership between Harry Kane and Rashford. Rashford would pretty much, I think his numbers would go up if Kane would come in because of how he holds up the ball. And I'm not sure if you guys watch England beat that team 7-0.
The
But
Farmers.
yeah, the Farmers
Yeah.
team. But
No,
Kane
I
was
didn't bother.
supplying Saka. But Kane was supplying these guys with killer passes. And
I heard
know
Trent
the
was
team
really good in midfield.
very,
Yeah, he was.
very
Like
good.
I haven't stopped hearing about this. Like I'm
Yeah, it was
actually
very
getting
good.
annoying now.
Yeah,
And
there's
then,
also like,
yeah.
sorry, yeah, go on, X.
Yeah, so I've named 4 right now. So it's Enzo Lifa, Amrabat, Onana, Kane, and then last, but not least, I'd say
Right back or right wing? What do you need more?
shit. Because right wing we have a player who's very inverted and who can't use his right foot in thingy. Who's this guy? Anthony. But I worry that our coach doesn't rate the kid from Sunderland, man. The guy who we loaned out, Ahmad. You know, I don't think my manager rates Ahmad only because Ahmad is not pace and power. Because right now it seems as if Ten Hag is trying to build a pace and power team. Even with Mount, Mount is a pace and power type player, you know. And when I look at thingy Ahmad is not really explosive. He's very good at playing. He's pretty much like Saka in a way, because Saka is also very good at playing in tight spaces, right? But other than that, he's not someone who can gas a player. Whereas Garnacho is someone.
But
who
I think,
gasses you.
gents, let's be
Yeah.
fair. You guys also had a player who's good at playing in tight spaces in Sancho, and
Yeah.
that didn't go well.
It didn't go well. Yeah. Hence, I'm saying right now we're trying to build. I think Ten Hag is trying to build a pace and power team right now. With the players who we linked with, they're more physical and more pacey. They're not necessarily technicians.
You do get players who have pace and power and are still very good in tight spaces. And we have 3 of them, right? So they're out there. They're out there. And you guys were linked. You guys were linked to Gakpo. Why don't you get him?
I don't know. It's because of Myrtle. I blame you. See, whenever we don't get players, I won't blame the manager. It's these guys. John Myrtle.
Yeah, you guys are very quick to blame the board when something doesn't happen. And
Myrtle,
it goes into my next question.
Yeah.
Outside looking in, and this is for both Man United and Liverpool.
Yeah.
What's a successful season looking like?
Next season?
What's a successful season?
I'll let Shiva go first since he's the guest. I'm respectful like that.
Look, maybe having Klopp around for so long has made me a little bit arrogant, but for me, a successful season is winning the league.
Yeah.
Second is probably where we're going to finish. Second or third, that's probably where we're going to end up, and that's a season where I'll be like, hey, look, we've played to our potential if we finish second, but success is winning the league. I would take fourth in the Europa League.
I was about to say
I would take it, right? FA Cup and the League Cup, I mean, I'll take them as long as instead of fourth, we're like challenging for the league, and if we pick up one of the other cups, I'll take that as well. But if we're finishing fourth, then I want the Europa League. Even if we finish fifth and we win the Europa League, I mean, I'll kind of take that. I don't think we'll finish fifth though. But for me to turn around and say it's success, then I want the league, or I want a top 4 finish, and the Europa League, or I want us to just miss out on the league like how we usually do, and still win one of the cups.
Trophy.
Basically, we must have something to our names at the end of the season.
100%.
That's a successful season.
Bro, you see, you've hit the nail on the head, Shiva. If you deem your team as a big team, you have to win a trophy. You know, for me, it's mandatory. You know, that's why even Orlando Pirates last season, they made they rescued pretty much my football because they won 2 trophies, and I wanted 1. And so with Man United, I won 1 trophy and top 4. That's it.
Okay, here's something controversial, right? I think a successful season for United would be, even if it's not a trophy, I think it would be a run in the Champions League. I mean, maybe quarterfinals of the Champions League, And I think if you guys finish fourth or in the top four, but your style of play improves, I still think that's a successful season, even
I'm
if
with
you
you there.
haven't won something.
I'm
Because
honestly, because
Mhm.
direction, right?
it'll be nice to see the Theatre of Dreams lights come on when the Champions League Champions League anthem comes on. I think that has always been that when it comes to football. If you look back in the 90s, Theatre of Dreams, Champions League, you never missed out on. It'll be good to see you guys back there. But if we're being realistic, and I'm looking at how you move, sure, fine, the transfer window hasn't closed yet. I think it's going to be very difficult for you guys to win anything.
Yeah, 100%, Sihle, and like for us to take off, we pretty much a rocket right now. That
You're
if
idling.
we idling, bro. We just need these motherfuckers to sell the team. Best
But
believe,
even if they do, right? Even if they
yeah,
do, it's still going to take some time to rebuild.
hundred
So
percent,
don't
100%,
think now.
Shavar.
Like remember at the start of last season, I told
Yeah,
you that your team
yeah,
will improve, but you're going to have some very painful days,
yeah. Like
right?
the Seven
And
Up Cup
it's
that you
gonna
guys
be
won.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
similar. Like your team must now take one step further, like establish yourself as a top
look,
four club.
look, Shavar,
Yeah,
Um,
but
bro. I
like
was
how
even
Man United is moving right now. They're like a drunk person. Like Ten Hag did miracles last season with the squad that he had.
yeah.
Okay, right now, you guys seem to have moved forward and are taking 2 steps back.
100%, bro. And can I just add to what you were saying, Shavar? I'm not saying that the Saudis are gonna come and change our lives in an instant. No, but the thing is that
you-
at least now that we
Jim,
structure, we're gonna have a director of football that Ten Hag trusts, and when we go in for players, we won't have these issues of taking 10 years to seal deals. We're gonna be more like a Bayern Munich who just goes up to a club and negotiates accordingly. And as well, we're gonna also start unraveling gems. We're gonna start signing players that we may all not know, but they're gonna come in and be like how Kante and Mahrez came in, or how Dimitri Payet came in for West Ham. That's what I would like Man United to do, bruh. We just sign a dude we don't know. Like, for instance, Enzo Leaf comes in. You guys don't know who he is, and then he starts making the league shake. Lisandro Martinez did that. He surprised us all. I never knew that Lisandro was that good.
The Newcastle Bruno, I didn't realize he
You
was
see what
that
I'm
good.
saying? Yeah.
so I rated him, right? But I thought he
Yeah.
was a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like
also
I
thought it
thought he
was.
was like a really, really good 6. And I'm like, okay, these guys
Yeah.
now
But
have a 6 to build their team around. Then this guy
And then,
starts going box to box and reminding me
so
a little
what
bit of
the
a young Steven Gerrard.
yeah.
What the hell? Where did this come from?
but you saw what
100%.
what Newcastle has done. They went and bought a number 6 now from
Yeah.
AC.
Tonali.
Tonali, bro.
It
Tonali is
it
nice, bro.
Tonali and Guimaraes remind me of
Woo.
Alonso and Gerrard.
Yeah. See, look at that, bro. And that's pretty much it. You've hit the nail on the head there, Shavar. Like when you even look at Newcastle, Isak as well. I won't say I've watched a lot of Isak. I've seen him in World Cups and in Euros, but look at
Ish,
him.
but right now he's
Look at
looking
him now.
the Brazilian,
Oh,
what's his name? The Brazilian Newcastle.
Oh, the
Jolinton.
guy that they moved from
Joe
striker
Linton.
to centre mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks.
Dude,
All of
what
a
the
sudden.
fuck
You
is
see what I'm
happening
saying?
there?
That's how you know your team
Yeah.
is moving in the right direction. You see, even Sven Botman, who the fuck knew who Sven was? Came in solid centre back, bruh.
Yeah, so
And
now
that's
they're
when
gonna
you
replace
know your
Longstaff.
team
They're gonna replace Longstaff with
with Tonali now.
Tonali.
You see, that's how you know Newcastle are moving in the right direction. They are just unraveling gems. You know, even Trippier. Who would have thought Trippier would come back and make it shake for fantasy? I mean, for
He
fantasy,
was
bro.
fantasy.
Everyone
He
at
was the
Trippier.
go-to guy.
Everyone
Look,
at Trippier, bro. Yeah.
what I will say though about
Mm,
Newcastle is,
mm.
I like. Look, don't get me wrong. They deserve top 4. I think they've done really well. But I think they finished in the top 4 similarly to how Leicester won the league,
Mhm.
because everybody else also had an off season. Like
Yeah.
we just completely lost our shit. Spurs lost their shit. Chelsea, yeah, less said the better. Um, And I think it's also similar with you guys, X. But I think you still would have got there,
Yeah.
just because you do have players who can win a game on their own. But
I think
if we're looking better, and if
If
Chelsea look better
Chelsea
under
looking
Poch,
better. Yeah.
um,
You see
no
what
one
I'm
expects
saying?
City to drop off. I think
Nah.
Arsenal could find themselves in some trouble, but I think they'll get
Thank
there.
you. Nah, I don't
But
think so.
let's just see
I
how
think
the
they're
rest of
gonna
the transfer
struggle.
window goes.
Bro,
Let's see
best
how the rest of the
believe.
transfer window goes.
Yeah, we're gonna have a preview show where we
Mm.
are making our predictions again. And best
Adam
believe,
is
bro,
not
I
allowed
don't
to
think.
predict a league winner.
Yeah, he shouldn't. He shouldn't. He should say Chelsea.
Does it
He should
jinx
say
it?
Chelsea. Yeah, I should say
Nah,
Chelsea.
I think
will win the
Chelsea
league.
Chelsea right now is in
Yeah.
a very good position where there isn't that much pressure on the players. The pressure is literally sitting with the manager, and if the manager takes a huge chunk of the pressure and he just allows his players to to play their football, we should be good. I'm watching some of the highlights on the under 21 World Cup, and
Yeah.
Modric, or whatever his name is, I always struggled with his name.
Yeah, Modric.
He's
Yeah.
Modric. He's playing well. I'd love for him to carry that tournament high into the league. I feel there's a player there, and he is going to explode once a manager believes in him.
Yeah, no, most definitely, bro. Most
And then
definitely. You guys.
if we can strike with Jackson, we'll
Mhm.
hit a high note. Brozier is going to be another player there,
Yeah.
who I rate. And then Fofana is going to come in because what we've got 2 cups and the league. We're not going to be playing in Champions League because I think
I think that is what puts you in contention for top 4.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
100%.
you might not have, okay, you have the squad, but you don't have the experience throughout your squad. So if you can just focus on the league, I think that puts you guys in contention for top 4.
yeah, I'll be
United,
comfortable
if you
without.
guys get Kane, then that's probably top 4 guaranteed. If you don't get
100%.
Kane, then
Then
if you don't get a striker,
it's tricky.
if you don't get a striker, then I'm not putting you in any conversation.
Yeah.
Right?
I
100%.
I think the honest truth must be had when it comes to strikers. One of the top strikers right now is Napoli striker. He's a 150 million rand player. Oh, sorry, not 150 million rand. He's a 150 million whatever pound player, and that's too much for you guys. Kane, 30-year-old at 100 million. It's a good gamble, and if the Glazers really want to pull a marquee signing, that's a statement signing right there. Because like literally, he
I think
walks
Kane's the one,
in.
eh?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Kane improves us, dog. Kane really, really improves us heavily. Even in the Champions League, I won't even be fearful when we're playing against big teams because I know we have a game winner in that guy. Not just only from him scoring, but also him assisting because he's a great passer of the ball.
No, and also
Yeah,
his presence. Because like
yeah, his presence.
literally,
He's
defenders
yeah,
are going to be thinking twice. Because
yeah,
now you've got Bruno with his
yeah.
champagne passes.
Hero ball.
You've got
Hero ball, yeah.
you've got Rashford on the other side, who I think he's coming to his own, Mr. MBE.
Yeah.
He is honestly coming into his own.
Mr.
And I
Louis
think
Vuitton. Did you see
this
Louis
is his
Vuitton? He was
season.
there.
This is his season to go right ahead and prove that this is the player that I believe I am.
Yeah, I know. Real talk, real talk. So it's just fine margins. Like with United, it all goes down to whether we get these new owners in or not.
Yeah, but like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is that the Glazers are gonna sign Kane, and you guys will forget about this
Nah,
conversation.
I'm not gonna forget, bro.
They'll put
It's
their scarves away.
No,
And then what will happen
And
is
then we'll meet
they'll go
again.
to
We'll
like
meet
City or
again.
Arsenal or
Yep.
Anfield, catch
We'll meet
5,
again next
and then the
season.
scarves will come out again,
no.
green and
It's
gold
the
until the
scarf
club
will
is
still
sold.
stay on, bro. Guys, we need new owners desperately, bro. For us to move forward and in the right direction, we have to get new owners. And you guys know very well, if we get new owners who will come with the structure that is needed, the structure that will, in the
And
long
the
run.
money. And the money. The money is
Of course.
important. Let's be honest.
Okay, of course, the money is important, but most importantly is how you use the money, Sihle, bro.
What do you
It's
think
really
of Sir
how to
Jim?
use it. Fuck
What if
Sir
he comes
Jim,
in?
dog. He's a broke billionaire, bro.
He's a broke
That's what he
billionaire.
is. Yeah, broke
Yeah.
billionaire. I'm not looking for broke
That's
billionaires. bro.
a hundred near telling another person that he's a broke
But
billionaire.
it's in his dude. There's
100,
in
yeah.
each. Yeah, poor guys. Look,
100 near.
whatever. But look,
Oh, you guys have hundreds?
dog, listen to this guy. But I'm just saying, look at this guy. Like in every what again?
It's levels to the
Level.
shit, man.
There's
Mm.
levels to this shit. I mean, if Jim Ratcliffe pulls through at a shake event, no one is looking at him. They're like, "Who the fuck is
It's
this
not gonna
guy?"
shake.
You know what
It's
I'm
not gonna
saying? It's
shake,
not
my
gonna
guy.
shake. Thank you. It really isn't, bro. You see what I'm saying, bro? Whereas with our owners, bro, I mean, with our potential, you know. Let me say our owners because they say the tongue is very powerful. You know, I'm
Okay,
just
okay,
emphasizing
okay.
all of this. They're
Okay.
gonna pull through, and then they're gonna come with structure. They'll be like, Ten Hag, who do you need as a director of football? In my opinion, why can't we just go for Ajax's? Just get Van der Sar in your squad and let them come through.
Wasn't
and
he?
work with Ten
Wasn't
Hag
Van der
and
So
Sar?
here's
When did
another
Van der Sar?
question, right?
Did they let him go?
once, bro. Who?
Van der Sar.
But he's still there, bro. He's still there at Ajax. Yeah.
There's a certain Paolo Maldini that's available.
Maldini.
Yeah,
Paolo
up top.
Maldini.
But he's not bad though,
He-
because he built AC, bro.
He built AC Milan and they
Yeah.
won the league.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
yo,
shout.
bro.
But
yeah.
here's my question, right? On
Yeah.
ownership. Do you think PSG is a well-run club? Because look, we know City is run well.
Yeah. I think PSG
Okay,
are well ran.
115 not out aside, we know City is run well. But do you think PSG is run well?
I think it is. You know why?
I don't
if you're
think they
gonna
are.
win, if you're gonna win 8 titles in 10 years, Shiva, and
That
Okay,
speaks
before
volumes.
that, it was
But the one
Leon.
that
It was
they
Leon and
won.
times more than the team that's second,
Wow.
and they were never really challenged for that title to begin with, and they've done nothing in the Champions League. And look at the
They've
signings that they've made.
But look at this.
On a bad day in League A, on a bad day, and this is like all the players at PSG giving a 5.
Yeah.
They still walk away with a 4-0 win.
Yeah. But okay, guys, can
Like
I
Messi
ask,
could play on crutches and still bloody win that league on his own.
how long did it take City for them to reach the pinnacle? They were bought in like 2009.
They were
10?
bought in 2009 and they
Yeah.
won the league in 2012, right? But
No,
there
but
was
the
no
one they
financial
wanted.
fair play.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, okay, fine. PSG was it before? No, it was after, right? Yeah, it
A
was
couple of years
after.
after. But
Couple of years after.
but
Yeah.
PSG were already an established football club. City were nothing. They had a stadium that they got from the
PSG
Olympics.
But
They were the
PSG
noisy
went
neighbors.
fire, though. Yeah, but
No, they
PSG
weren't
won
fire, but they were like
Dude, Leon,
they
Marseille,
were like
which
yes,
other team used to be a
but PSG
problem?
were like an Everton or a Villa or a
Okay.
that type of
Yeah,
team.
like
They'll be in
Newcastle.
Europa League every now
I'd
and
be
then.
very careful
Yeah.
if I were you speaking ill of Villa. Villa's stock is on the up.
Oof.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
If we don't sort our shit out, bro, Villa will gonna slap
What about
us.
Kamara, X? Would you take
I
Kamara
wanted-
at United?
I wanted. That's
was-
who I
I was-
wanted
I was
before
hoping-
we signed Thingy. Before we signed Casemiro. You know me and French ballers, Shiva, bro. I know my French ballers, dog. I know them. I watched that kid play for Marseille, and he was on our short list. And then when he went to Aston Villa, I was upset because Kamara is he knows how to read the game very well, and as well on the ball is very competent. And that's what a CDM for me essentially is. Like when you look at Busquets is not out here making crazy tackles and anything. He's a king of intercepting
Flying.
the ball. And when you
Yep.
intercept the ball, it means you're very good at reading the game. And then, of course, you also know how to distribute the ball. You also press resistant. When a guy comes through, instead of panicking, you can still just wiggle your way through with a young 1-2 or hit a Cruyff turn here and there. And you're very competent on the ball, even in tight spaces. That's all I want. Like, for me, that's the sort of CDM I want in my team. I don't really like these guys that go
Fast
in for
pace.
tackles. Like
It's
a Kante sort of CDM is not really my favorite type of CDM. I like your Perlos. I like your. Was Alonso a CDM? Oh, he
played
could.
there, but
He was like
wasn't
hybrid.
really-
Yeah, Alonso was special. He could just do both. Even number 8, he was exceptional. He's like Gundo. Kundo can play as a 6
Yep.
and still be exceptional.
Yep.
So for me, those are the sort of number 6s I like, bro. The ones that intercept the ball because they know how to read the game. I don't want you going in for tackles, bro, and getting us red cards and shit, bro. You know, you
So
gotta
That's
have
what
a car.
but
That's what Casemiro is
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. He's not my
I
like you.
like
I'm not
my
saying he
number 6
sucks.
to be a little bit like
Crazy.
off his
Like
head,
Mascherano.
like
Hey.
Mascherano. Yo, I love that guy.
Yeah.
But
That guy was a
as
baller
as
though. But he was a baller
crazy
though.
as he was,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You would never say that he
Mm.
was indisciplined. You would never say
Yeah.
that his behavior cost us a game. He's picked up a red
Yeah.
card here and there, but it was
Here and
never
there.
like it was
Yeah.
like 2 yellows. It was never
Yeah.
reckless.
Mhm.
He was in control of his tackles. He was in control of the
Yeah.
ball, and he
Mm.
tackled as maybe not as a last resort, but he
Yeah.
tackled when necessary. His
Yeah.
first choice was to intercept.
Intercept. And that's
So
another thing,
that's my
bro.
type of CDM.
And I feel like with Argentina, we tend to downplay the amount of CDMs these guys have produced in the past.
Yeah.
Because even Cambiaso, bro, for Inter, Cambiaso was also solid CDM. You know what I mean? And when you look now, Enzo, you know, CDM. I mean,
But
Probably
the
Enzo's
best
more
in
like
the business.
Alonso.
yeah, it's more like Alonso hybrid. Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I call him a hybrid. Yeah, because
So
how
Moses
yeah.
comes in, and then Enzo then gets to they get to
You see,
interchange.
they get you
Yep.
see that's the thing that's the thing that will make your team scary is that you guys have two players who are hybrids, bro. It's like in basketball having a player like there's a guy named Paul George. He's a forward. He's a very good scorer and a very good defender simultaneously, you know, and press resistance on top of that. Like, oh, if you guys get Moyes, ACK, and bruh, I am gonna feel you guys. You guys are
Nah,
gonna
but
be
our
proud.
first game is
Yeah.
against Liverpool.
Yeah,
Is it
I
at
won't.
Anfield?
Yeah, I'm not gonna read much into that. As long as
No,
I
how
don't
can it
ship
be at
in.
Anfield? I think it's at the bridge. Is it not at the bridge?
Doesn't
I'd have to
sure
double
it's
check.
Because
Yeah,
because
yeah.
our stadium's being there's
Renovated.
construction happening on a stadium. So I think we
Oh,
have to play our first 2
That's
games
something Man
away.
United fans know nothing about. Renovating a
listen to
stadium.
that. No, man, guys. Hey, guys, guys. I think we should call it there. Yo. We've pushed, and yeah, this was an amazing episode. Just had to end with Sihle talking shit, guys.
I
Thank you
wasn't.
for
I'm
watching.
stating facts, though.
Thank
When
you
are you
for
gonna
availing
install?
yourself.
When are you gonna install a big screen TV
The
there
dude is
for
trying to
highlights
close out
and
Sifle.
and VAR?
Dude, I know. You see, that's what I mean when I say we need new owners. Such things, bro.
Sure, it's fine. We can close
apparently,
it.
even our toilets, bro, they like. Hey,
Yeah,
They
a lot
don't
of people are
flash.
complaining
they
about.
don't flash, dog. You know, floaters are there, bro. Imagine,
Yeah,
bro,
it's
trying
too
to
much
think of
shit. There's too much shit even in your squad. Anyway, let's leave it at that.
Okay, guys, please like, comment,
Never
share,
say this on
subscribe.
10th.
Whatever, man. Whatever, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This is Easy Sports, and
We're
out.
flashing away.
Fuck you, CJ. Peace.
Cheers, guys.